Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. It is rainy. This is NEO Weekly. My name is Jimmy. That is Dave, my co-host there. Dave, happy Friday. How was your week?
Happy Friday to you. My week was good. I love it when we start to show up. Everyone else is hearing the music and seeing the thing, and I can see the two of us, and we're always bopping our heads to our little theme song.
I'm gonna,
I just love
I'm
it.
gonna put together a little compilation for next time of all of us, like, because it records us individually as well. So I always get like us dancing to our theme song while we're
We're
waiting
always
for
just
the.
kind of
Exactly. So how was
it's
your week,
too
Dave?
funny. Week has been good. Just another week of working and talking about movies.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
on Fridays we talk about shows in Cleveland.
Yeah, exactly. One day of the week you're talking horror movies, another day you're talking concerts and events. Always fun.
Exactly. That's it. Life is
so
good.
so talking about events, I went and saw Tina Turner the musical this past Wednesday at Playhouse Square Connor Palace Theater. It was awesome. What a show. If you want an in-depth review from me, it contains a little bit of spoilers, but me and Stacy talked on a special episode of the Cleveland Stage Door on Thursday, and it's up on YouTube and Apple Podcasts. Go check it out. And trust me, if you're a Tina Turner fan or love that kind of music, just go see the show. Like, it's so great. You will regret not seeing the show because it's phenomenal. Like, honestly, as I said, and if Beetlejuice did not come this year, then I would probably rank Tina Turner the musical as my favorite show of the season so far. It was phenomenal. It was so well done. The music, the entertainment, the talent. Naomi and Garrett, who are the two stars of the show, were phenomenal. It's a great stuff. Good job, guys. And also, cool part of this, Dave, they went and performed yesterday at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. How cool is that?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, not a lot of stage shows do that, do they? I mean, obviously this has
No,
real
no,
heavy musical
no.
roots, but that's an uncommon occurrence.
Right. And Tina's in the Rock Hall, so it
Yeah,
makes sense that they go do something for the Rock Hall. Speaking of the Rock Hall, didn't they just announce a summer lineup? What's going on with that, Dave?
yeah, we do. It's part of our announcements we're going to do here. We might as well start with that. Why not? Right? They
Yeah,
just
yeah.
announced their summer concert series, which they do every year. This year, I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's a little better than the last couple of years, mainly because I like a lot of the bands that are on it. Maybe.
Oh, there you go.
But these are starting up on July 15th. We have Lita Ford, of course, of the Runaways, and she's been just out as a solo artist forever. Kiss Me Deadly, right? One of your favorite songs, right, Jimmy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
On July 22nd, we have Fits in the Tantrums with Rhett Madison. Again, another great band. Fits in the Tantrums is excellent. Love them. On July 28th, we get Maggie Rose. And then we head into August. On the 18th, we get Grandmaster Flash, who, of course, is a Rock Hall inductee. He came in with the class of 2007. On August 19th, one day later, they're going to flip the stage. We get Harley Bike Night. Is going to feature Heart by Heart, which is founding members Steve Fossen and Michael DeRosier, I believe, of Heart. They were both inducted in 2013 when Heart was inducted. So we get two of Heart's, I don't want to call them backing band, but it's not Ann or Nancy Wilson. It's two of the other members of the band. August 25th, we get King Buffalo, and then it all wraps up on September 7th with the Breeders.
What a great
So
lineup that is. That's a good
that's an
one.
exceptional lineup. It really, truly is.
Last couple of
Um,
years, it's been kind of blah, but this year they really stepped it up
well,
this year.
I didn't want to say that. I didn't want to say blah, but yeah, you're right. Wasn't a lot
I
to get
mean,
excited about there,
that's
but
fine.
this year it is.
You don't have to say it. I will. And the Rock Hall gets mad at me. Let them be mad at me. I'm a member.
So
I pay annual dues. I can say what I want.
you can say what you damn well please. Huh?
I bring
Yeah,
plenty
so
of
that is
guests
a,
to the show. I
and they
bring
do
plenty of
those.
people.
And they do those shows like outside on the outside. What is it?
Yeah,
The
the stage
outside area
outside.
there.
That yeah, they built a brand new stage out there. It's really nice. Really
Yeah, that'd be
nice.
good. I'm gonna probably have to go up for Fits in the Tantrums. I've been wanting to see them. They don't come around to Cleveland much. I don't know what it
Yeah,
is. Why? I don't know
yeah.
why. I don't know why they hate us, but that's a bit of a rarity to have Fits in the Tantrums here. So that one may be one I have to be standing at.
They're throwing.
Um,
They're
and
too
but
busy throwing tantrums.
Oh, stop it. But we had a bunch of other shows announced as well. And we got a real eclectic lineup. We're going to start it off with LL Cool J, The Roots, DJ Jazzy Jeff, and DJ Z Trip. That is quite the tongue twister, all those together. This will be at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse on August 12th. And Jimmy, you were telling me pre-show that apparently there's like going to also be special guests that are going to be included in the show.
Guests. So special guests in the select cities are Queen Latifah, Salt and Peppa, Big Boy, Bone Thugs and Harmony, Common, Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick, Goody Mob, Ice-T, Juvenile, and more. So, and Rick Ross. So
those are huge names. Those are huge names.
Yeah. So depending on the city you go to, you could get Queen Latifah opening with LL Cool J or Salt and Peppa, or we all know that probably Cleveland is going to get Bone Thugs because they're from Cleveland. They're
right. That would make sense, right?
That would make sense. But personally, I'd love to see Queen Latifah. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that is a heck of a show. This show, if I didn't mention it already, is on August 12th, and it is at the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. So grab them tickets up; they're gonna go quick.
Speaking of their show, isn't there another one that you're really excited about, Dave, at Rocket Mortgage coming up?
Well, my wife is really excited about this. So yes, I'm excited because she's excited. Yes, Barry Manilow will be at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse on August 24th. It's a big deal for Barry Manilow fans. He doesn't tour too much anymore. He'd been doing a residency in Vegas. He hasn't been out on the road much. I think the last time we seen him might have been 8 or 9 years ago when he played at that time Gund Arena. My wife is very excited for this one.
I think he played at Blossom, like in the last.
Oh, he played at Blossom back in the day. Yeah, back in the day, he was there constantly. He used to do 3-day stints there. Back
but did he just play at Blossom like 2 years ago?
I don't. If it did, we missed it. And don't tell my wife. Good Lord, because I would not live that one down. But it is possible, obviously, that he could have. But it's been a while since we've been able to see him. But that will all end on August 24th when he's at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. I think tickets go on sale today for that show, actually.
Yep.
Then on November 3rd, we've got
real quickly. Yeah. Before we move on to November 3rd, I was able to pull up a set list from July 16th, 1978 of Barry Manilow at Blossom Music Center. Kicked off with Here We Go Again, New York City Rhythm.
No, New York City Rhythm. Come on.
And then ended with Beautiful Music. Can you believe that?
Oh, yeah. I was probably there at that freaking show.
21 song set list. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And then 3 shows.
He's been around for a long time.
3 shows in 1980, and it sold out in 1 hour and 5 minutes. And you want to take a whopping guess of how much the highest ticket was back then?
Oh man, I can't remember. I mean, if memory serves me right, back in those days, I think lawn seats were less than $10. So
the highest
pavilion seats were probably $15.
Yeah, yep. It was $15 for a pavilion seat at Barry Manilow in 1980.
Yeah, and that insane. I mean, I can remember going up to Blossom and seeing Michael Stanley or seeing like Little Steven and the Disciples of Soul or Southside Johnny and paying $7 for a pavilion seat. Crazy.
You remember when the Blues Brothers came? That was what?
I do.
July 7th? No, May 20th. May 20th, 1980, the Blues Brothers came.
I remember when they were there.
That's when tickets went on sale. Sorry, it was July 7th, and tickets were $12.50.
Oh my, how times have changed!
Right, you can't get that. That's not even the service fees on tickets now.
That's a sad state of affairs. That's a beer.
Right.
Once you get in the door.
Yeah. Anyway, so what else is going on, Dave?
Well, then we have on November 3rd, we have Derek Huff coming to the Akron Civic Theater. And correct me if I'm wrong, Jimmy, but I believe Derek Huff is a dancer. So there's apparently some type of dance show. So that'll be on November 3rd. On September 12th, we have George Thorogood and the Delaware Destroyers. Does he still go by the Delaware Destroyers, or is it just the Destroyers now? I don't know.
Just the
It used to be the
Destroyers.
Delaware Destroyers.
Oh.
MGM Northfield Park, could never go wrong with George Thorogood. It's worth going just to hear Bad to the Bone. So that's on September 12th. Another classic rock legend on August 9th, we have the Steve Miller Band at Youngstown Foundation Amphitheater. I like that amphitheater a lot. That's a great place for a show. I think Steve Miller Band would be a good band to see there. There's a little bit of a hill. It's more of a hill, more of my size. It's not. It's not a. There is a hill, but it's not. It's not daunting.
What's the biggest? What's the biggest song that Steve Miller does?
Oh, good Lord! Well, Fly Like an Eagle was huge. The Joker was huge. I'm a Joker. I'm a smoker. Whatever. Abracadabra was gigantic back in the day. I don't think he's had a hit in a long time, but
I think I remember Fly Like an Eagle from what movie was that? Space Jam, from the '90s Space Jam movie. If you remember when. Yeah, because they opened the movie up. If I remember correctly, the opening credits had that song, and that's when they were having Michael do like shoot-arounds inside of a gym during the opening credits of Space Jam.
I don't remember that
correctly. I think that's where I saw it. That's where I first heard it, and I've known it since then. From there,
my Fly Like an Eagle memory is when I was still in school, and our bus driver had an 8-track player in our bus, and they would play Fly Like an Eagle on the bus. Yeah, so I was probably like 11. And I just thought I was on the coolest bus in the world because we got to listen to Steve Miller.
And I Googled it, and I was correct. From the 1996 Space Jam, Fly Like an Eagle was used in the opening scene. How cool.
Yeah. How
go.
Cool. Generations, man. How different generations discovered the music, right?
Right.
Yeah, but that'll be a fun show, August 9th. Then we have back at the MGM Northfield on August 6th, we have the Happy Together Tour featuring a bunch of really classic performers. We have the Turtles, we have Little Anthony, we got Gary Puckett and the Union Gap, the Vogues, and more. So, for those of us who grew up in the 60s and early 70s, probably some stuff we want to see there. I wonder how many original members are like in the Turtles. I mean, Gary Puckett must still be around because they wouldn't be able to call it Gary Puckett in the Union Gap if he wasn't still there.
Right.
So, anyway, if you don't know who those people are, go on YouTube and look them up. Guarantee you know their song. I guarantee you know their music, though. I guarantee it. Still classic rock, but a little more up to date, if you will. We've got Pat Benatar and Neil Giraldo coming to the Northfield Park on July 22nd for an 8 p.m. show. I'm hoping this year they. Go ahead.
I remember that when I interviewed Neil back when him and Pat came and played the show at Blossom, and he was one of the first like legendary acts that actually allowed me to come interview him when I was starting off.
Very cool.
Good
old Cleveland boy.
Yep, I was gonna say he was what, Cleveland or Akron? I thought it was Akron.
It's I know Northeast Ohio. Let's go with that.
Yeah, Northeast Ohio. Yes, exactly. Really nice guy, and we had a great almost hour and a half conversation.
Very cool.
Yeah. So anyway, go ahead, Dave.
Was he married to Pat at that point?
Yeah. Yep.
Do you remember?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping this time they do a full electric show. The last couple of times they've come to town, they've done those little acoustic things, which are great. Mm-hmm. But Pat Benatar, I love it with the heavier guitar behind her.
I agree.
It doesn't say what they're doing this time, so we'll have to see. But that's July 22nd, 8 p.m. at the MGM Northfield. On July 29th, we have the JPEG Mafia, along with Danny Brown at the Cleveland Agora.
Are they all? I wonder if there are a bunch of photographers with it being JPEG Mafia, because that's the format for photos. It's JPEG.
I hope I'm even saying it right. I hope their name isn't JPEGMAFIA.
Right?
Could be. I don't know.
That that would be our luck right
but
there.
I'm going with JPEG Mafia. On August 8th, we have Alter Bridge along with Seven Dust at Jacobs Pavilion. It is also worth making note that Mammoth WVH will also be at that show. That if you don't know, is Wolfgang Van Halen, of course, Eddie Van Halen's son. His debut album was amazing, and he played a sold out show at House of Blues, and it was one of the most special shows I've ever seen. Honestly, I'm finding it a little weird that he's
like Alter Bridge is. This show is probably the show that I'm looking forward to the most this summer. That's probably the one rock show that I'm like, oh, I definitely have to go to this one.
Yeah, and I like Jacobs Pavilion. I do. I think it's a great venue. So that's just a killer lineup. That's a great show. So August 8th, Jacobs Pavilion, get them tickets. Also in August on the 26th, we have Don Felder at 8 p.m. at MGM Northfield. Don Felder, of course, a founding member of the Eagles. I don't know if he was a founding member of Eagles, but he was a member of the Eagles. Always puts on a great show. Again, that's at the MGM Northfield on August 26th. Heading into September, Jimmy, on September 10th, we have Tash Sultana at the Tash. I keep wanting to say Tush. Tash Sultana at the Agora. Why I keep wanting to say Tush? On the 16th, we have Cake at Jacobs Pavilion. On that same day, we have the Mars Volta at the Agora. And on 9/21, we have Warren Zeiders at the Agora. So a couple good Agora shows there. And then on September 16th at the House of Blues, we have Here Come the Mummies. And I cannot stress enough, you need to be at the show. These guys are amazing. Jimmy, you said you'd never heard of Here Come the Mummies.
Yeah, I've never heard of them. Not at all.
They're a mystery wrapped in an enigma. Nobody really knows who they are. They're all Grammy award-winning musicians. They literally wrap themselves up like mummies, and they just get out there and rock the shit out of the place. And they are really good. Again, go to YouTube, type in "Here Come the Mummies," and you will realize you need to be at the House of Blues on September 16th. That's, awesome. That's it, Jimmy. I've taken up enough of this show. I'm done.
You always have the longest parts, Dave. I do that on purpose. I let you talk more.
I appreciate it. I'm gonna sit back and rest now and drink my tea.
So, coming up this week, what is happening this week, Dave? It is Charlie Sheen and a special preview of a special screening of Major League at MGM Northfield Park. That's going to be exciting, and I'm just trying to confirm the date one more time. I think it is tomorrow night. It might be tonight, but I have it marked for tomorrow night, but it is tonight at 7:30 at MGM. So good thing I checked that. Tonight at 7:30. Major League and Charlie Sheen. That's exciting.
Tomorrow night, fun.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good show. That's good. Well, not a good show, but good. It's a great movie. We all know that. But it's awesome that Charlie's gonna be there and he's gonna do Q&A and do some fun stuff. So tomorrow night at Lorraine Palace Theater, Tracy Lawrence is going to be there. That's exciting. Also tomorrow night, Father John Misty at the Agora. Sunday night, Straight Jokes, No Chaser with Mike Epps and Cedric the Entertainers at the Wolstein Center. Great tickets are available still at wolsteincenter.com for that. August Burns Red at House of Blues will be is taking place on Tuesday night, and then Thursday night, May the 4th, be with you all. Haken is at the House of Blues. So if you're not going to see the new Star Wars is going to be back in theaters this week for I think it's the 40th anniversary, right, Dave?
I believe you're 100% correct. So yeah, for the May the 4th and 40th anniversary.
Yeah, I think it's the 40th for, is it Return of the Jedi? It's one of the movies. It's one of those. I'm looking it up now.
It's one of the it's one of the others.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Return of the Jedi. It is the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi at theaters this week only. back in theaters and enhanced with the new technology. How fun!
Very nice.
How awesome! That's a great movie. So y'all should definitely go check that out. Speaking of movies, Dave, there is a big movie coming out this week. What is going on?
Yep. We've got big George Foreman hitting the big screen this week. A lot of buzz on this one. It looks great. Are you gonna go check it out, Jimmy?
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm gonna go see Air first this weekend. Because it's about
that looks really good as well. It's gonna be like a sports weekend for you. You'll have Air,
yeah,
and then you'll go see big George Foreman.
yeah.
I like it.
I might see George Foreman next weekend, but Air is definitely on the list for Saturday for tomorrow night. So, I want to see that before it leaves theaters. So. Speaking of seeing movies, this past weekend I went and saw Super Mario Brothers finally in theaters, and oh my god, that was such a great movie. It was so fun. It was so nostalgic. It was just awesome. It was a great plotted movie. Peaches. The Bowser movie song is so great.
The song Jack Black. Yeah, they said it was his first time he's had a solo Billboard Top 40 song. Or top 100. Yep.
And it's like the number one trend on TikTok worldwide right now. So
that's
congrats,
awesome.
Jack, on doing that. And then you went and saw a movie this weekend too, right?
I did, yes. A big horror film for all you horror fans. Hopefully you've already seen this, but Evil Dead Rise, of course, came out. Just a bloodfest. I was explaining it to Jimmy, and I think I scared him. He's not going to go.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to see that one in theaters.
He's not going to go check that one out.
I'll wait until I'm at home just in case I need to change myself. But,
it's a great movie.
Speaking of Big George, let's back up for a second. You're a cook. Have you ever used a George Foreman grill?
Oh yeah, well, never in a professional setting, but I have one for home. Absolutely, yeah. I still have one actually.
Really?
Yeah, I mean they do the job. Yeah, they do the trick. They really do for what they are.
I wonder if the movie's ever going to like address that entire controversy with that. Because
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I think it's centered more on his boxing career, but it's hard to say. I mean, it is a biopic, and that was a huge part. I mean, I hazard to guess he probably made more or as much money off that frickin' grill as he did boxing.
That was the most popular thing back in the day. So,
oh my god, yeah, for like 8 or 10 years running.
Everybody knew that. That's how I figured. I knew George Foreman from his grill before I knew George Foreman the
boxer. Good lord, that's hilarious.
So Dave, you finally checked out The Night Agent after we talked about it the last
loved
2
the
weeks.
Night. Yes, loved The Night Agent. I really loved it. I thought it was great. I had a lot of fun with it. I tire of shows quickly. A lot of times I'll start these shows and I'll get 2 or 3 episodes in and I'll be like, and I'll never finish them. I could not wait to finish these. I was watching them, 3 in a row for, several nights straight. I thought it was great. Twists, turns at every corner. Great acting. I love the actress who was the lead actress in this. As a matter of fact, I seen her a couple days later in a horror film that's coming out that we did for the horror site that I do stuff for. I think she's a real force to be reckoned with. And I heard or read, or maybe it was you who told me that they've actually greenlit it for a second season.
They have, yes. They're shooting now, which is exciting.
So that's very exciting because I really enjoyed it a lot. And it kind of took that formula of designated survivor, the like, who can you trust, who's telling you the truth,
right?
What's actually going on thing, and just really kept you guessing.
Right, and I love the twists and turns. That's what kind of kept me. Like, I watched it in 2 days. I watched 5 episodes in one day, 5 episodes the second day. I couldn't turn it off, and it was just a very, very well done show. And it, like you said, it kind of reminded you of Designated Survivor, but it also reminded you of like White House Down. Like, put those two mixed in.
Yeah, I agree with that. A little bit of 24 in there too, just a little bit of 24.
Yep. I agree with that too. And then I finished The Diplomat, and I think you're only in. By the way, before we jump ahead, The Night Agent is on Netflix now. The full season 1 is up now. Go check it out. If you're hooked like us, you're gonna watch it quickly. But just know season 2 is not coming out until February 2024.
They love to do that these days.
Yeah, it's crazy to me because TV does theirs in what the one half of the season is in the spring, and then the second half is in the fall. So you're so used to like Chicago Fire and Chicago Med and The Resident and all them as like going almost year round, whereas these guys you have to wait almost a full year. So you're basically having to go back and redo the entire like season 1 just to remember where you're at a year later.
Yeah, you have to refresh your memory of what all went down. But they definitely, with Night Agent, I mean, they left it wide open for
absolutely,
for a second season. So I don't think there was any mystery that was going to happen. It was just a matter of how popular the series ended up being as to if they'd have it again. So
for sure. And I just came across it on accident. I watched the Boston Marathon documentary.
The documentary that was really good too.
That was brilliantly done. So well done. And it came up as a recommendation. I was like, oh, this looks, and the preview, because I was like doing something, and the preview caught my eye. I was like, oh, that looks pretty good. So I started it. God, that was the worst decision of my life / the best decision of my life to do at, what was it, 7, 8 o'clock at night, because then I didn't go to bed until 1 because I got so hooked, and I had to force myself to go to bed. But anyway, The Night Agent, Netflix. The other cool film, the other cool like I don't even know what to call these things, series, TV shows, something like that. But,
limited series. Until they announce a second season, I guess it's a limited series.
Right. So The Diplomat is another one that I just got done watching, and wow, Dave, I know you're only 2-3 episodes in right now.
2, yeah, I just finished 2. I'll probably start 3 tonight.
Oh man, you're gonna get hooked. Like as soon as you get to like episode 6, 7, and 8, oh my god, the cliffhangers and the cliffhanger at the end of season of episode 8 is insane, and you're gonna sit there like, oh my god, now I have to wait until next April to see what happens. And
damn it.
And they have already, like, it's so popular. It just came out like 2 weeks ago, and it's so popular they already greenlit it for season 2. Like they just announced yesterday that it was greenlit for season 2. So they said that it was like the hottest show on Netflix right now. Like it didn't catch like the Wednesday fire like Wednesday did, but it caught fire, and I'm glad it did because it was phenomenal. So
I'm looking forward. The first 2 episodes have been good, and they've kept me interested enough to want to continue on. But now you got me all excited to see where it leads.
Yeah, definitely. So, all right, well, we got on the tangent there, ladies and gents. Thank you so much for joining us. It was a great conversation, as always. Join us next Friday for NEO Weekly, where you will hear all about new show announcements and what's happening in the next week to plan your week and hopefully find something fun to do. Like, that's what we're here for. So, we'll see y'all next week. Thank you so much. My name is Jimmy. That is Dave. Peace out, y'all.
Good night.